So one of the video requests I've been receiving quite a lot recently, and it has been for like the past month or so, but recently very much, is what characters should you buy costumes for? Costumes are very important. They cost gems, man. They cost 30 gems if it's a UR costume, or 20 if it's an SSR costume, or if you want to buy a whole pack of costumes, if it's a UR costume, it costs real money, right? With the three costumes, and if it's a SSR pack, it costs 60 gems. So no. 30 gems, yes. Correction, it is 60 for the SSR pack. I was right the first time. Also, while I'm here doing a voiceover anyways, make sure that you prioritize weapons and haircuts and not the actual, like, clothes and costumes, because the haircuts gives HP, and the weapons give attack, and the clothes give it defense, and defense is just less stats because the defense stats lower, and defense matters less than HP and attack, because defense is a worst stat of the three. Still a stat that works, but it's a worse than HP and defense. Yeah, that's it. Continue. So, wait, I think so. The SSR pack, I know it's cheaper, but yeah. So, what are some characters that you should be buying costumes for, and why? You know, if you're interested just in the results, please let me explain some stuff first, and then I'll get into the actual rankings or whatever. I'm doing tier list format. It's just easier, it fits more characters, but the tiers, they could be not like actual tiers, but more of what the text actually means. Characters that you should be buying costumes for are usually characters, I mean, if you're really looking forward into the actual like stats of those cosmetics, right? Lots of characters that buy costumes because the costume looks cool. Like Roxy, right? Lots of characters that just buy costumes because the costume just looks cool and I want the costume, right? But lots of characters you buy costumes for because of their stats and because they could help you. And most of all, like 80%, 90% of the time, you want to have those costumes because of ungeared PvP. Ungeared PvP costumes matter a lot more than anywhere else. Because you don't have the boost from the gears, you have the boost from just the costumes, right? So characters you should be focusing on getting costumes for usually mean that they are going to be used in ungeared PvP. So the ones at the top of this list that I have here are usually going to be characters that you see a lot in ungeared and that you're going to be using all the time because they're very versatile in ungeared PvP. So, starting off, Blue King, it's 100%. Oh, by the way, the coin shop units, right? All the King, probably Bon, Merlin, Gopher, Giant Dian, they have free UR costumes in the form of super bosses or final bosses. We've just had the final boss Dian, and by the looks of things, every single coin shop unit will have their own final boss. So keep in mind that one set of UR will be given to you eventually by those activities. So getting 4 sets of UR might be smarter, and then just waiting for the last piece of UR, it just should be better. But in a general sense, these 4 units right here, King, Merlin, I have every character, so including like their variants of colors. So I won't put the variants, I'll just put one version of the character, right? Because that version of the character will get the costumes anyways. King, Merlin, Escanor, I'll put this one because global players know much more. Gopher are 4 units that you definitely should be trying to get full costumes for. Mostly because they are so versatile in ungeared and you'll be using them. Trust me, you will be using them a lot in ungeared, and having them maxed really matters. I am autoing right now on Grand Cross, on JP. Let me end this run. I'm gonna open ungeared and show you real quick how much CP I have with ungeared, just my characters. So this is a team that I'm pretty sure also Global has been seeing a lot, but till this day on JP, very, very prevalent team, which is Escanor, Gopher, King, and Merlin. And you see that I reached the 120,000 CP barrier. And it's because I invested into getting their costumes. Reason for it is because every single week now, you see I have 5 costumes right here. I have 3 URs, but it's because I actually can't get more UR weapons, so I had to stick with what I have. And then I have 4 UR haircuts because I can't get one more. Whenever Merlin gets another UR haircut, I'll get it for sure, and stuff like that. Same for goes for all these 4 characters. So important because you're going to be using them on ungeared all the time. And, you know, this means that I can use whatever food I want. I don't have to use CP food. I can use ult food, which is much, much better. So investing in these four characters is very beneficial. Very, very, very beneficial. That's why I put them at the top right there. It's very good to just start working on getting their stuff. Especially, I want to say King, because King gets mad CC for a character that's like free. Escanor, he already has like mad CC, right? But I also have like 3 UR weapons, can't get any more, and I have 4 UR haircuts, can't get any more. But King as a free unit as well, and you guys on Global already have Super Boss King, so you already have 1 full piece of UR for him. But yeah, you can see like insane CC for ungeared, right? This is ungeared. But yeah, continuing the list. We go Giant DN. It's actually a very good idea because she has so much CP already. Okay, okay. I was gonna put in very good idea. That was my plan. But I would say if you like her, because right now the meta has already shifted to using her less and less on PvP. If you still like using her on PvP, then honestly just go for it. But if not, I don't know. Green Ban, I'd say is the same thing, or Nunchuk Ban, I'd say is the same thing. If you like him, go for it, because Ban has actual very high CC. Nunchuk Ban has actually very high CC, so it's not even a bad idea. Red DMLE, or DMLE in general, it's actually a very good idea. The reason for it, open the wrong game. The reason for it is actually the blue DMLE. Wait, let me give it a second. Blue DMLE is an insanely good unit, and if you want to buy his weapons, I have 5 UR weapons right here. It's not a bad idea because he needs those Pierce rolls, and if you can get weapons with Pierce, like this one right, oh, this costume set should not take long to release on Global. It's probably one of the best ones ever, and it has this this evil haircut. Oh, it looks so. This haircut right here on Millions looks so good. This weapon gives 7% pen, which is so good. So, but I have all the weapons, but it's just for collection. It doesn't mean anything to have more than 5, by the way. I just got them because I like them. But yeah, buying weapons for DML is very important. Now, like actual costumes and haircuts doesn't mean that much. If you like the haircuts, yeah, but the weapons means a lot because he's a full-on DPS unit. Melascula, nah. I mean, okay, if it's a hot costume. Okay. Milim, do the Slime Collab units even have costumes to purchase? I don't know. I'll put them in Slater. Okay, it's a thing, right? Slater is a good linking buddy. So I think if you like him, yes. He's a very good linking buddy. Jericho, it's a very good idea. I'll put Green Jericho here for better, you know, signifying. But Jericho is a very good idea. Her weapons are great because she's a very good looker. Small DN is a very good idea. The reason for it is King. She's a very good linking buddy for King. So it's a very good idea. Elaine, nah. Base Elizabeth, nah. Ellie Hawk, nah. Gallant is actually, if you like him, I think so, because he's also a very good linking buddy. Hendrickson, nah. Facking, nah. Lilia, very good. I don't know if I would say she's a must, but if you really like using her, especially with Meliodas when she comes out on Global, it's a very good idea to buy cautions for her because her base stats are not very high, so it's not a bad idea at all. Regular Bond, nah. Skinny King, Fat King, Lily again. Counter melee or just base melee in general, not worth it. It's just not worth it. Base melee has no actual meta units, unfortunately. Like if you take a look at all the base melee units we have in the game, and base melee units has awful stats to begin with. Like these are the base melee units we have, all these 3, right? All these 3. Counter melee is only good in story mode. SR melee has like no place, and Hello melee is one of the worst things in the game. So, not worth getting for him at all. Valenti, if you like her, yes. Glock's not worth it. DML we already talked about. Death Pierce, if you like him. Here's the thing. I've been thinking of getting costumes for Death Pierce because I've been using him a lot recently on JP. So I've been actually thinking about getting costumes for Death Pierce. So I can't just put him on now when I've been thinking of getting for him. So I'll put him in if you like him. Grimoire. Nah. Gila, let me put the red Gila. Gila, legitimately, I don't think is a bad one. Now hear me out. It's because Gila is the linking buddy for Jericho. And Jericho is the hardest hitting nuker on global, and it will be for a good amount of time, right? So getting weapons for Gila is not even the worst idea. So I don't think it's worth it. I still don't think it's worth it. I still don't think it's worth it. So I'll put it in nah, because it's just because Gila has no good units. When Gila gets a good unit, or I mean SR Blue Gila is not horrible, but when Gila gets a good unit, then I'll update you on that. Helbram, if you like him for sure. Let me put red Helbram. If you like him for sure. Okay, actually, not even that. Very good idea. Helbram has horrible base stats, and if you use Kingbram, he can actually work around that with costumes and actually have good CC. Because like I don't have any costumes for Helbram personally, and when I try to use Kingbram for videos, like especially when it was initially gonna come out on global, I wanted to make a video on Kingbram. My team had such low CC, but with Helbram like full costume on, he actually has much more than that. Monspeed, nah. Daldry, nah. Benimaru, nah. Let me put him with the other Sun collabs. Gil Thunder is a tough one because he's a good linking buddy, but I would say no. Hauser, legit, if you like him, for sure. Not even. It's a good idea. Here's the thing with Hauser, man. He has really good HP. He is a super good linking buddy. I use him as a linking buddy all the time, and he's a easy 6/6, so you can get his 6/6 from the coin shop, and if you have a lot of cautions on him, he'll be giving very good stats on ungeared as a linking buddy, so it's not a bad idea at all. It's a very good idea. Base melee, Elat, nah. Arthur, it's actually, it's a good idea. If you like him, I would say if you like him, because he doesn't need it. But he's really good. It's just that, nah. This is tough. I had him noted down, but I sometimes second guess myself. But it's a good idea because he is a good linking buddy for Merlin, and he's a good unit in general, right? So I would say it's a very good idea. No. We already talked about these units. No. If you like him, I would say yeah. If you like him, because like Gustav, he is a unit that you're only going to be using for freezing, but he's a linking buddy for Helbram, so it might be worth checking out his costumes for that reason. Dreyfuss, nah. Unfortunate. Dreyfuss has some of the sickest costumes in the game. Ellie Hawk, I talked about. Gopher, Hendrickson, nah. Oh, I already have Hendrickson, I'm stupid. Hendrickson, I already talked about him. Rimuru? Nah. Does he even have costumes? I don't think so. Jericho, Basebond, Dojito, nah. These R's right here, not even really worth it. Buying the costumes for, except, and no meme, if you like him, he is actually a viable 4th unit for mono red. Like, not even as a meme, he is an actual viable unit as a 4th for mono red. So if you like using him instead of using someone else as a 4th, it's actually not even a bad idea. Balion, nah. Estarossa, oh, I love Estarossa. I want to put him in must, but it's just a very good idea. Estarossa is a very good unit for ungeared, and that alone just puts him in there for sure. I already talked about Slayer, stupid. Nah. Blah, blah. Okay, here's the thing with Dariari, right? She is an insane unit for PvE, and she's really good in PvP. Don't get me wrong, she's really good, but I don't say she's a must. I know global players are being like really hyping her up for her coming eventually for global. But costume-wise, I think you can pass without them. She can work just with what she has. She's still gonna do a lot of damage. You doesn't matter. Galen, Easton. Okay. I don't have costumes for Easton or Mono. I would say if a costume is hot, I mean, you know. And then Zeldris is not here. Wait, Wait, let me put Zeldris in the new character here. Alright, only took me to refresh the page, okay. Same goes for Roxy. If there's a hot costume, I mean, you know, Arthur talked about. This is not Dreyfuss, this is actually his possessed guy. And this one's a really tough one, because I've heard that if you max costume him, and you like max upgrade the costumes, and like you give him like full on UR, HP, and defense, he is mega stupid. But if you don't, if you're not a whale, then he doesn't work at all. So I'll give him the nod because of that. If you're not a whale, he just doesn't function, right? I mean, it's not fair. But I make videos mostly for regular people, not for like mega whales. Mega whales don't need my help. But yeah, I'll give him the nah. Lost Vein Meliodas, absolutely. Lost Vein Meliodas, I am certain he has surpassed Gopher as the best unit in the game. He's just way too good. Whatever you throw him in, he's just way too good. He's just way too good. So I think it's a must. You are 5 out of 5. And then Zeldris and the new character, I think I'll put if you like them, and the other character over here, because I'm still evaluating how good Zeldris is, because he is sometimes a god tier unit and sometimes an F tier unit. So it's just really tough. Did I miss any characters? I think not. I hope not. I think I think I ranked every character. So costume wise, I think the best ones to buy currently on global. I put the list with all the GP characters as well, because I don't want this list to be outdated too soon. Like the thing, I was so upset that my top 10 list got outdated like in a week. I was very upset because Ascanor came out like a week after, and I don't want any more of my list to be outdated way too fast. So I included the GP characters that a lot of global players are going to be looking forward into, maybe even saving gems to buy their costumes, or if you are a spender, to, you know, be prepared to buy their costumes with money, and stuff like that. So for now, on global, these 4 characters, you definitely want to focus on getting their costumes. Definitely. It's just, they're good, and their team is still meta on JP. Their team is still a functioning meta team on JP. I think I'm going to make a video on that team on JP. Facing the current new characters and stuff like that. It's still a meta team, so you definitely want to be keeping that as a very high CC team. But yeah, costumes are very valuable and important. So don't overlook them. I know sometimes when you do a multi, which costs sometimes is the price of a UR costume, you get shafted. But the UR costume is guaranteed. you will get it. And with the amount of gems that you get on Grand Cross, if you don't know, I made a video calculating how many gems a month you get on Grand Cross. You get around like 400 to 600 depending on what events we're getting, right? I think a baseline for if you're in endgame, you get around like 400 plus gems a month on Grand Cross. And if there are like events coming out with new stuff that also gives gems, you can get around like 400 to 600 depending on those events. So say like sacrificing some of these that could have been gone for multis to buy costumes is not even a bad idea, you know? But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and good luck.